back with another video. Today's video is a story time. It's about the time that me and my family and my neighbor had to almost beat this bitch ass. And this bitch is my ex-best friend. Yeah, but I'm not even gonna try to explain the topic. I'm not even gonna try to I'm not even gonna drag this intro out. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you guys want to see and hear from me next down in the comments down below. Don't forget to follow my Instagram and my TikTok if you guys want to see more content. If you want to see me just looking fine like a bad bitch, follow my Instagram. If you want to see me doing all types of videos, everyday life, follow my TikTok. And now let's get into the video. And so this story time happened 9th grade year. If y'all didn't know, my 8th grade year got cut short because of COVID. So my 9th grade year of high school was online. Me and my best friend went to, we're gonna name her Clip. Me and Clip went to the same middle school together, and we was best friends throughout middle school. So you know how like when you're at a middle school, it's 2 elementary schools in the middle school, if that makes sense. So like when you go to high school, some people are gonna go to this school, some people are gonna go to this school. Cool. Clip was zoned for a different school and I was zoned for my school, so we went to 2 different schools online. But me and Zip was still talking damn near every day online or whatever. Me and Clip like towards October of 2021, I think. No, wait. October of 2020, that's what it was. Me and Clip wanted to go to the fair for fall break. Mind y'all, we was only talking about each other, you know what I'm saying? We had made plans, you know what I'm saying? The plan was to be, she comes to my house, my mom takes me, her, and my little sister and her friend, and we ride together to the fair and we do what we do at the fair. Cool, no problem. Mind y'all, at this time we're 14, 15 years old. That was the plan. Around this time, like me and Clip, like we used to be very, very close. Like we was close as fuck. And then she started becoming like, she wasn't talking to me as much. She wasn't responding to me as much. It wasn't like her usual self. Like she was very, her energy kind of died down, if you know what I'm saying. She was being distant. That was the word. She was being distant. I didn't think nothing of it because I'm like, you know, maybe she has a life of her own. Like you're not gonna always talk every day. You're not gonna always you know, whatever. So I didn't think nothing of it. Keep that in mind in the back of your head. So now fast forward to October. It's fall break, and you know what I'm saying, we don't have any online school or whatever during fall break. Okay, cool. So the day comes to where me and Clip are going to the fair. So my mom is at work, of course, and it's my older sister who didn't have work that day and my younger sister who is also in online school, but she was on fall break also, so she didn't have classes either. And my neighbor name, we're just gonna say her name because she didn't do anything to us. So Zoe. So Zoe was with Mackenzie, which is my little sister. So Mackenzie's my little sister and Zoe is my little sister's friend, which is also our neighbor, our next door neighbor. So I'm getting ready for the fair. We're literally on the phone, like we're talking about it. We're making sure everything is what we talked about. You know what I'm saying? No surprises or what the fuck I thought. Mind y'all, on the phone, she was telling me like she was doing stuff, of course, with her mom or whatever. Then she was gonna come to my house. She was already dressed and up and ready. So I get dressed or whatever. I'm chilling. She comes knocking at my door, right? She comes knocking at my door. And I open the door. I open the door and I see 2 people, right? And I know the other girl. We're gonna name her Eco. Clip and Eco are best friends also. Clip was my best, I don't know how to explain it. Clip and Eco was also friends. I was also friends with Eco too, but I was cool with Eco. I wasn't friends. Let me not say that. I was cool with Eco. Like if me and Eco had a class together, we would definitely, you know what I'm saying, socialize, but outside of school, like me and Eco wasn't hanging out with each other, and that's just the simple, honest truth. They knock on my door. I see it's 2 people. I see it's Clip and I see it's Eco. I didn't trip. I wasn't, you know, whatever. I'm like, oh, you're here to drop Clip off. And then Eco was like looking confused. She was like, And I looked at Clip and I'm like, what's going on? And she was like, oh, I just thought that she could come with us to the fair because, you know what I'm saying, she was already with me and I kind of already told her she can come to the fair with us or whatever. Y'all, I'm at the door like, this bitch is not like, is you dumb? How was you cool? I was literally thinking that, like, I was like, this gotta be a prank. Like, where the camera at? Dead ass. Like, because I'm like, you're not for real. Like, you don't just bring people to other people's house without letting them know in advance to let you know if you could do that or not, if that makes sense. So I'm like, oh, well, I didn't tell my mom that it was 3 of us. I just told her it was me and you. And she was like, oh, well, you can just tell your mom or we can go home. And I was like, well, I can come in. They came in. They was downstairs. So I went upstairs to Kaylin, which is my older sister. And I told her, I was like, Clip is here, but she brought Eco. And my sister was like, who's Eco? And I was like, our friend or whatever. But I didn't tell her she could do that. And then she was like, well, did you tell mama? And I said, no, because I didn't tell her to do that. And I didn't know she was going to do that. This was very, like, unexpected. She was like, oh shit, like, you need to tell mama and see what she says. So I called my mom and I told my mom the situation. She was like, well, why would she do that? And I was like, I don't know, like, or whatever. And my mom was getting irritated because it was like, by this time she's coming home from work and she already has to take kids to the fair. She has no problem doing that, right? But my mom, like, if you know any black mom, don't like unexpected shit, bro. So, like, my mom was getting irritated because she was like, this was not what was told to me. This is not what we planned. So people are being sneaky, basically. And I feel what my mom is saying, like, you're being sneaky because you knew not to tell me because you knew I was going to be like, well, it was a sneaky situation. So my mom was just like, okay, I'm on the way home anyway, so I'll just see you when I get there. When mom gets home, she's outside in the car. She tells me to come outside and she tells me to bring Clip. So me and Clip go outside. We leave Eco inside downstairs. We go to my mom. She's in the car. She's like joking, but she's being dead serious. She was like, oh, so I heard that you just bought another person, like, trying to play it cool. And Clip was just like trying to play it off, like trying to make it seem like it wasn't a big deal. And my mom was just like, oh, like, my mom was trying to figure out how to get Eco back home. She was like, well, does she have anybody to come pick her up? Does she need me to take her home? Like, what's the situation? Clip was just like, well, she could just come with us to the fair, and then when you drop me off at home, you could just drop both of us off at my house, and her mom is going to get her. Pause. We're going to put a pause in the story time. So it seems like to me, from what I was getting from what she was saying, it gave like me and Clip made plans, and then when Clip and I solidified the plan, she went to Eco and made plans with her and used me as like, oh, well, she's already taking me. I'm sure she wouldn't mind to take you. It's like, baby girl, I'm not one of those at all. So now back into the story. So my mom was like, well, since she doesn't have nowhere to go and I can't drop her off because she didn't live in the district. She lived somewhere far. I forgot. Eco lived somewhere far. I forgot where. My mom didn't want to drive that far to drop her back off, especially when she didn't know that she was even going to be dealing with somebody. So mom was like, okay, well, I guess she's just going to have to stay here and y'all all 3 are going to have to go to the fair together. And when I drop Clip off, I'm dropping Clip and Eco off, and y'all can figure out the situation from there. So we like, okay, fine. So I just like soak it up because, like I said, I didn't have no issue with Eco, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and Eco were cool. Like, if we see each other, we would talk, we would vibe or whatever, but we wasn't friends like outside of school. So I didn't have a problem with Eco. I don't like that unexpected shit, like throwing shit at me. Don't do that. Go back inside, you know what I'm saying? Everything's cool. My mom gets ready to go to the fair. Zoe and Mackenzie and Kaylin, everybody was ready. We was waiting on my mom. My mom gets dressed. Everybody gets in the car. So that's my mom, Kaylin, Mackenzie, Zoe, me, Clip, and Eco. That's 7 people. Okay, it's me here to clear some shit up. So basically in the car, my mom had an SUV. My mom was in the driver's seat and Kaylin was in the passenger seat. I was sitting behind my mom and Clip was sitting behind Kaylin and Eco was sitting in the middle. And then Mackenzie and Zoe sat in the back together. It plays a huge part on why everything was just not talking about it. Yeah, okay. It would have been different if Clip sat in the middle so she could talk to both of us. But they sat next to each other and I was kind of feeling like a third wheel or whatever in my own car. Riding to the fair, I'm feeling like the third wheel, like I'm quiet and they're talking. Everybody else is, you know, having a conversation and or whatever. So we get to the fair and the line is way too long, way too long. So my mom was like, y'all, we can't just go another day. Like, plans are already not going accordingly and the line is way too long. It's not moving. We've been sitting here for like 30-45 minutes. Let's just go another day. I was cool with it because, mind y'all, I'm already feeling like a third wheel. I was already irritated, so I was just like, okay, well, I'm fine with this. We can go another day. Everybody was fine with it except for Clip, and it was like, oh, well, we could just walk up there and you park the car or whatever. And yeah, and mom was like, no, we can just go another day because I'm not finna be sitting in line while y'all are out there by y'all, well, not by yourself, while y'all are out there doing whatever. I don't want nothing to happen to y'all because y'all are my responsibility as of right now. They didn't say anything else. They wasn't being rude, but in their face, in their demeanor, their vibe, their whole aura, it gave upset. My mom picked up on that and I picked up on that. And mind y'all, I'm the one that should be heated for real because y'all are in my car. You didn't tell me that you was bringing somebody. And then y'all gonna third wheel me. Like, how that make sense? Really, truly. My mom like gets out of line and she goes to Walmart. By the time it's dark, y'all, like it's like around 7 or 8, it's dark outside, so we was hungry, so we went and got some wings from this place near Walmart. Order wings and we go pick them up. Clip and Nico don't get any wings. They go to the Walmart next door by themselves and they get some chips or whatever. They left me. They didn't even ask me if I wanted to go with them. Like, they literally singled me out, third wheel me in my own car. So while they left, while they was gone, we was still waiting on our food in the car. Everybody else was still waiting on our food in the car. So Zoe and Makita was like, why are they acting like that? Like, how they gonna third wheel you in your own car? Like, I was like, yeah, like, I don't like that shit. Like, well, I didn't say that shit because my mom's in the car, but I was basically like, yeah, I don't like that. And I was venting to my mom. I was like, I feel like the third wheel. And I don't like how she just came here with somebody that wasn't really invited. My mom was getting upset because she don't like to see me upset. So, you know, my mom is gonna ride for me just like how I ride for my mom. So my mom felt some type of way about it, and she didn't say nothing right then and there, but she felt some type of way about it or whatever. Fast forward, we get our food, they come back in the car, we drop them off at Clip's house. So we go back home, the day goes or whatever. I'm still mad about the situation or whatever. So my mom decides to call Clip's mom and tell her the situation. Y'all, Clip's mom was like, oh, she did not say any of this. Clip was like, she did not let me know that she was bringing in Eco without y'all's knowledge. My mom and I was just like, oh, so she was being sneaky. She was being sneaky and she was being weird. So I text her, mind y'all, this is literally when my mom and her mom's on the phone. I text her in the midst of that and I'm like, oh, so why didn't you tell me you was bringing Eco? And she was like, because I thought you were just gonna be okay with it. And me and her got into an argument about that shit, and she was just basically trying to gaslight me into thinking like, no, not gaslight, she was trying to manipulate me into thinking like I'm tripping about being mad. I have no reason to be upset. And it's like, girl, if I do some shit like that to you, you would be mad too. You would be mad too. And then I was like, then you got the nerve to third wheel me. I felt like a third wheel in my own car. Y'all was not speaking to me. Y'all left me in the car to go to Walmart. Y'all could have at least invited me or said something to me. Y'all just did y'all own thing in my own car. Y'all basically used me as an Uber, and bitch ain't never gave Uber. Never. Yeah. And then after my mom talked to her mom and me and her got into it, we just stopped talking. We just stopped becoming friends because that whole situation was just weird. Like, she was trying to make it seem like it was one thing. She didn't apologize or nothing. She didn't say my bad about anything. My camera's about to die, so let me change the battery. Sorry y'all, but another thing, like, I wanted to fight her because she was talking shit too. Like, it was a whole nother thing. I forgot to even put this in the story time, but I had other friends that went to her high school and they had classes together, and she told me that she was overhearing Clip and Eco talk shit about me in class, like, to everybody or whatever. So when we were going back and forth, like, texting and calling and shit, I was asking her, like, do you want to fight because I heard you was talking shit, like, like, I have no, like, I cannot be friends with nobody and just be that. But at the moment you disrespect me, start talking shit, and I'm talking, she was talking dog shit about me, y'all. Dog shit about me and my family, and I don't play that. I'm sorry, I don't play that. I'm a crash out when it comes to that. Like, don't play with me. So, like, she was talking shit, and I wanted to fight her, and she didn't want to fight. So we just stopped being friends, really. Like, yeah. But yeah, basically she didn't apologize. She didn't feel bad about anything. Like, so I was just like, oh, you a weird ass bitch. So we cut, like, I blocked her. She probably blocked me on stuff. I blocked her on Instagram, all that. She probably did the same. And we just stopped talking to each other. We stopped fucking with each other or whatever. And I personally don't feel like I'm in the wrong situation. Me personally, honestly. And I'm gonna stand on that. I'll die on that hill. I don't care. Last time I seen her was at this middle school reunion I had before I graduated. She didn't say a motherfucking word to me, but Eco did. Me and Eco was like, oh hey, like, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have no beef. I don't have no beef with Clip or whatever, but like, I'm not gonna come up to you and be like, oh, the situation, da da da. No, you need to apologize to me for putting me in a fucked up situation. Period, point blank. But she didn't even do that. She didn't even look my way or say anything to me. And that just showed me what type of bitch she was. And that's why I stand on what the fuck I did, which was blocking you and not talking to you and cutting you off. Period. And I don't feel bad about it. That's the story time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, like, this, my life, I have so many more story times. My life is just always just some bullshit. I'm not even gonna lie. Don't forget to follow my Instagram and my TikTok if you want to see a bad bitch on Instagram, or if you want to see day in the life videos, vlogs, mini vlogs, not real vlogs, mini vlogs, reviews, all that on TikTok. Follow my TikTok. And stay pretty, stay crazy, stay a bad bitch. And until next time, peace.
Yeah, they gassy. I stop cross on when he be digging me out. I feel like a bad bitch. Pretending I'm getting along with these bitches is hard cause I'm not an actress. NBA niggas go out and over my sister, they skipping they practice. Niggas get nervous when we sit in court, so instead of shooting niggas